All right, so now we're on the back side and we'll be finding a couple of missing sides and hypotenuses. I'll do the first two, then you guys check your answers with the last two. So here we have 3, 6, and C. We do need to identify which one is the hypotenuse. That is important for us to know where the C goes. Hypotenuse. So here's A and here's B. Again, it doesn't matter which one's A or which one's B. You could have it interchangeable between these two. So we'll have 3 squared plus 6 squared equals C squared. And again, these two orders doesn't matter, but C has to come by itself. So 3 squared is going to give us 9 plus 36 equals C squared. And that's going to give us 45 equals C squared. And then square root, and C equals plus or minus square root 45. But then when you get a radical number, you should always try to simplify it by simplifying the radical. We did this in the review at the beginning of the semester. So just going to do a little side notes. Square root of 45, going to break it down to 9 times 5, and 9 is 3 times 3. So this is 3, 3, 5. So get out your pair, and you have 3 radical 5. So the square root of 45 is 3 radical 5. I know that the final answer is not negative because you can't have a negative as a side length. All right, we're going to do the next one. Go ahead and set up the next one first and then check your answers with me. And then we'll work through it together. Go ahead and set up the equation for the next one. All right, so for this one, identifying your hypotenuse. This one is my hypotenuse. And this is A, that means this one has to be B. So A squared plus 5 squared equals square root of 43. A squared plus 25 equals, let me get the square. So the square root of 43 squared, these two are inverse operations. So this, So this and this are inverses, so they cancel each other out. So you're left with only 43. So now I'm going to subtract 25 on both sides. A squared equals math 18. And then A is equal to the square root of 18. But the square root of 18 is 9 times 2, which is 3 times 3. So it's going to be A is equal to 3 square root 2. Alright, go ahead and try the next two, please. I will give you a little hint here on 2 radical 3 squared. When you do 2 radical 3 squared, it's going to give you a heads up. That is going to become 4 times 3. I'm going to break it a little bit further. That's because the 2 is distributed to both terms. So 2 squared times radical 3 squared. 2 squared is going to give us 4. Radical 3 squared is going to give us 3. And that's going to give us 12. Just as a heads up when you get to over here. All right, go ahead and find these two and check your answers, please.